Hello and welcome back to week 40 of the BGF podcast. My name is Jombor, also known as Weirdling, and I'm here with
Johnny, otherwise known as Case of Chaos.
Casey Boy.
Yeah, Casey boy. See?
Casey Boy?
Nice. Why don't you tell me the rules, Casey boy? See?
Yeah, tell me the rules, Casey Boy. What do we do?
Right, so everybody fights off against the champion, and anybody who ends up defeating him then play off to see who becomes champion. Then the two worst performing players then play off to see who takes home the spoon.
Oh yeah, the spoon.
Everybody's favourite secret artifact of the FGC.
The artifact to show that you still have room to improve. Yeah, I'm going to make an attempt not to be very podcasty this time because I'm always the one who drags the entire commentary into like a whole-on just like talk show.
That disappoints me a tad because I do like those, but
no, like we can still do it, but I'm going to be more conscious and more like I'm trying to be like more on the actual games and addressing what's going on.
It's why we started off doing this, so it's a good thing. Like I like to think we could strike a good balance.
Yeah, so this week we have Senpuu. First time in long... Well, actually, not that long ago he was champion, but I wouldn't count the summer/win as a proper, like, champion sort of thing, because it just comes down to who's playing in the last game. And
True,
the King of the Hill.
But he still had to prove himself on the very final important game.
Yeah, but
so
it just so happened to be that he was like coming in as that was happening.
Oh yeah, it's not worth as much as the normal week.
Yeah, because when we broke down the game wins, it would line up roughly how we normally have it. So it was Reinart with the most wins, then it was me, then it was it him or you? One of yous.
I'm pretty sure. My memory is a bit fuzzy on this, but I'm sure it was Senpuu because when it first started off, when the King of the Hill started off, I had a very good run and I managed to beat all of you in a row. But after that, I must have just got tired because I just got my ass whipped after that.
Okay.
Other than when I got a few wins and definitely like the second last game I won, and that's how I managed to then go up against Senpuu Retsuzan,
which you lost. Yeah, so the point is that for a long time he has not been champion, and then he got that King of the Hill on the Summer Slash, and after that it was just like a toss between me and Reinart constantly, and then this was the first time where he genuinely he beat me. Was it? Did he beat me? Yeah, I think it was.
Well, he'd have to beat you.
Yeah, he beat me, and then I beat everybody else, so he was the champ.
Yes.
So now we face him and see who gets to be the new champion, if anyone, if he can hold it. So yeah, this hasn't happened in a long time. So Senpuu in the player 2 slot trying to defend his belt.
I like to see it as a win for Leos everywhere and not just Senpuu.
Yeah.
Leo pride.
Also let's not forget to mention that we actually had Maku joining us. So he was doing the BGF entrance exam, which is the hit list.
When was the last time we did the hit list?
Oh, we haven't done a hit list in a long time because it was Andrew trying to do it, but then he kind of like
it was the pay-per-view before Summer Slash, so it was.
Was that the last time?
I feel like it was the last time, yeah.
Yeah, so it was months ago then. Okay. So yeah, basically what the hit list is that we give the new prospects 3 games each rollback. So before the actual gauntlet starts, we give the prospect 3 games on everyone, and the prospect needs to defeat. The prospect needs to have 1 game win on everyone, and then they can join the.
So every week we get to play 3 games against everybody, and that 1 win is all that matters.
Yeah.
So it's not best out of 3. It's just you win 1 game against that person, then they're ticked off the hit list.
Yeah.
And then you've got
And once everybody's ticked off, you may decide to join the gauntlet every week.
That actually reminds me. Next week, are we just going to let him play against Senpuu not as part of a hit list, but just as like an exhibition match?
I mean,
they'll get him more practice.
There's no point, but yeah, if they want to play, sure, they can play a game. That's fine.
Yeah.
But in terms of the hit list, he only needs to face the rest of us. Because Senpu's already ticked off, so yeah.
And with Senpuu being ticked off so quickly, we'll see how long it takes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make it easy for him. And yeah, I think I can speak for all of us that that's not the point. We just want to make it like sure that whoever joins the gauntlet is at least like level with us to a certain degree. That they can beat us at least once.
And if we're not, really, it's more of a learning experience for him more than anything. Like, we want people to join in and improve, so like if we do end up beating them, like using some bullshit tactic or whatever exploitable bullshit, we'll just tell them like what we did afterwards.
You know what they say, if the opponent is spamming one thing, that means that you are spamming the same mistake.
Yeah.
If you cannot counter it. But yeah, so yeah, that is happening, so that's kind of exciting. We might actually get the BGF back to 5 people. And
I'm going to mention our boy Luke. Like, he seems to be a lot more interested in playing more fighting and playing more Strive.
Oh yeah, Luke is someone who's always like watching us. Like he's not here every week.
It's most weeks though.
He's constantly here. Like it's fairly frequent. Like he's always just like hanging out.
Yeah, it's strange when he's not here.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of like part of the scenery at this point.
Nice.
So. Yeah, he's been practicing. I know that, but he's not really shown his prowess just yet. At least not here. Like I know that him and Jamie Lloyd they were playing together, but yeah, we'll see how long it takes for him to actually attempt a hit list. But yeah, hit lists out of the way. Let's get to the gauntlet.
Nice. Let's do it.
So yeah, it's gonna be Senpuu, the champion, and he went with a different order. Like usually we go reverse order, so
don't tell me we both forgot.
Forgot what?
Who's playing?
No, I know who's I know who it is because I know it's me. He was like, he specifically picked me because the longer the games go on, the better I get, so he just wanted me to get out of the way straight away.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So instead of a reverse order that we normally do from Spoon to second place, it is I think what he done is the exact opposite. So it was second place to Spoon. So it's me first. So
I don't think that's what he was going for, but that's how it.
Well, that's how it ended up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's rock.
Now for your first combatant. He's a voice in the back of your head, the educator of the BGF, with 6 strike invulnerable frames. It's Weirdling.
Woo! I am the voice in your head. Yeah, like I knew he was like he challenged me first because I needed to be out of the way, because he knew that, you know, the longer I get to play, the better I get. But that's why I have Mondays off, so I can actually like get ready for the gauntlet. So I'm like almost playing all day. Yeah. And my muscle memory is all back, and I'm just like, you know, second nature on everything.
I can understand you like playing the game and getting better, but even watching, does that awaken your mental process?
It helps when I'm watching the person I'm going to play against, because I can like figure out the patterns as well. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna take it defensively, and then I eat the DP straight away. One can only be so defensive.
Yep, so defensive that you dash in and get wrecked.
Well, I got a 4 parry, so I guess that works.
Well, we'll see if your defensive posturing will work out for the rest of this game. We'll see if you can get out nice.
Yeah, last time my problem was I was trying to get in, and I was getting the far slash all the time, because if he throws the far slash out as I'm coming in, I'm gonna eat it. But I'm getting wall bounced anyway, so there we go. I'm really trying to just like
do you get punished?
No, I didn't, because that was just lucky on my part. Like that he was on some would have hit, but the invul frames on the DP actually saves him.
Do you think you must have just been a little too slow, like, to run off, because I'm sure you could have you'll reacted a bit quicker and then got a nice big punish off him.
Like sometimes I just botch my inputs. Like usually what I want to do is like do my safe jump with Tatami, with jump Tatami, but sometimes it doesn't come out because my input is just crap.
Well, so far it looks like your more defensive posturing isn't working out too well for you.
Yeah, I might need to up my game a bit. Bit more pressure.
Yeah, I feel like you as a person, because you're so committal and when you want to be aggressive, that means there's a lot of pressure on the other player to keep their defense up and try and find a gap.
Well, the thing is that my entire game plan is that if you're in my blender, if I'm pressuring you, I just don't want you to be able to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that hit confirm?
Yeah.
That was like a 2k to super. I was like, oh shit, that hit. Okay, it's time for the super. And that was like a split second thing because I needed a double core circle forward as well. Even though I did that, I still lost, but it was fun.
Was there any way like you could have continued that combo and then super?
2k can frame trap, but nothing special. It's really just like a stop the opponent and what they're doing kind of thing. Yeah, this time I was just like full on pressure. I was like, okay, I'm not going to let him breathe because I got saved by the 6p.
Some lovely aerial jabs saving him from you there. Does he carry you? Yes, he does.
Yeah. Like I'm usually once he starts hitting me at the wall, I just accept that. Oh, okay, that was a good parry. I'm actually quite proud of that because I don't usually I cannot really parry like aerial stuff, but now I'm getting to the point where I'm fine. Oh, I was lucky there.
Why do you feel like you can't parry aerial stuff so well? Is it because
it's the
less
timing?
predictable?
It's the timing. But now I'm getting ready for the. I don't think I ever parried a Leo air dust, but
yeah, man, that pause before it goes down.
Yeah, so that was also lucky on my part.
I specifically remember parrying back the Leo air dust a lot, but I'm a Leo player. I know the rhythm of it.
No, but your parry also has a higher active frame. Like I only have 5 frames to do that.
Oh yeah, but I feel like it's more just me knowing the rhythm of Leo.
Yeah, that also helps. Well, I'm getting there.
No, definitely, but just much faster learning a character by playing them.
Yeah. The clone slash from Leo is just such bullshit. Like the hitbox has absolutely no correlation to the characters.
In all fairness, right, you don't. When it hits you, it doesn't look like it has no correlation, but there'll be the time when he has to throw his head forwards.
Yeah, but still, when it does hit, it doesn't look like it should.
It does. I don't often get hit by it, but when I do, I do. Yeah, it's my own medicine, and it tastes better.
Yeah, like I can understand the whole DP stuff now because ever since Bridget dropped, like I tried the DPs and I do enjoy the DPs.
It's just so fun not having to. Having to like time your jabs or anything, just up down.
You use the DP whenever you would use the parry as well, so I guess it's roughly the same thing, but I enjoy parrying more. But I can see the DP appeal.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like at the end of the day, a reversal is a reversal.
Oh, I just dashed right into that.
I thought you were going to go for the air grab. That's a good thing you didn't.
Well, I never do air grabs because I just really suck at them. Oh, the respect. The respect. I was hoping for the DP and I wanted to block it and give a fat punish, but yeah, I was trying to jump again. Okay.
But I've got to say, Senpuu must have been practicing at some point because his execution has been spot on, especially compared to the past few weeks.
Well, considering he was the champion, obviously he needs to pick up the game a bit because he wants to defend it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, now I'm in the corner and I don't really mind this situation up until the point where I just get like a frame trap and I can jump. But if I misjudge that window, then I just get absolutely demolished, like that. I was trying to jump there as well.
And that's just you crumbling under his pressure.
Yeah. That's Senpuu just not letting me jump. That is his entire game, and it works.
And then you're jumping all the time. We can't let that happen.
I am like literally it's jumps and parries. That's literally all I do.
I'm trying not to stare at.
Oh, I can't believe he let me get away with that. By the way, I just parried right in his face.
Oh, do you get the punish off? Yes, but
that wasn't the optimal punish anyway, so I don't mind letting go bursting. Back dashing the parry. I'm parrying again and getting punished for it. But does that stop me from parrying?
No.
Fuck no.
Ali, it's like Leo's, he just got a DP every time. So good.
Oh, that would have been the optimal punish if I did the forward heavy earlier.
Was that a dropped input or?
No, it was just a missed timing. I thought he was going for the heavy DP, but it was the light.
Ah, nice, yeah.
And the problem is that if I expect the light DP and he goes for the heavy, then I miss it again because I'm trying to input it quicker.
After that red roam, we can ask, why did you run past him there instead of bringing him into the wall? Like, so say he was left up by red roam and you dashed behind him and then you comboed him instead of staying on that same side and comboing him into the wall.
Because sometimes when I red Roman, if it's a dash red Roman, sometimes it puts me in positions where I don't want to be. But yeah, it was just me not expecting that to go that way, so I made whatever I could from the situation.
Fair enough. I mean, it worked out for you anyway.
I am intending a robbery right there. Because that's a wall break. All I need to do is not get super.
Yeah, you have two. Alright, so he's used his burst, you only need one good confirm now.
Yes. And now I have the positive bonus. He does that, yeah. So I go for the super. He press the button. Oh, it's a robbery. Every time I get yellow Roman, if I have meter, it's likely gonna be my super. Because there's not much you can do. Unless you're blocking, I'm safe to do whatever. But that brings us to game 5. So his plan was to erase me from existence in the first game because, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm waking up.
Yeah, you're abandoning your defensive posture, which is what I like to see.
Well, it's not really, it's more like selectively defensive.
That's the better way of putting it, yeah.
Because if I'm all on defense, I just get tossed around, and if I block too much, then eventually I'm going to open up.
And unless you're a full-blown zoner, you're not going to be able to play 100% defensive in this game. You have to get in there and force your game plan, what you want.
Yeah, in that respect, Leo and Biker are very similar. I recently started doing this whole process, so I just yeah. And he pressed the button.
And is this a kill?
It is. I was fishing for a stray whiff so I can just put my super, and that was the call.
And it was a good one. Now let's see if you can bring this out.
And I'm just please whiff something. I'm trying my 6p just in case he wants to press a button that's not low.
Oh nice, is this a wall move? A disgustingly high damage combo from Maiken.
Yeah, although that was a counter hit, so... For a counter... Oh yes. I was whatever button you're pressing right here,
you just failed.
That should get defeated by my super. And then... Well, that puts me through the next round.
Nice, let's see if you have any competitors for a belt.
Well, I'm sure that at this point, Senpuu's one of those that he's either on top of his game and just fucks everybody up, or there's the other version where he's just dropping inputs, all that kind of jazz, where you just end up with him getting just absolutely hammered. So there's no in between. He doesn't get games that are except this one, because I would say that this came down to the absolute wire. If I didn't get this super, I could have lost. But this is why I think it's interesting that even though he takes like breaks from the game, just thinking about what he would do without the actual like practice and muscle memory, it still works out for him, which is interesting.
I think that speaks to his history with Dragon Ball Fighters. I mean, not that anything to do with that game is particularly helping with this, but it's more the general fighting game experience in general, which just means like if he knows what he wants to do, and he's feeling more passionate, he's just going to do better. When versus myself, when I'm, I don't have as much experience, so I do need to like practice beforehand if I want to. If I want to implement what I've been, what I've been thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, considering that this gauntlet was right after Evo, and everybody was just like hyped because Evo, like fighting games, and everybody's like all of a sudden got this like newfound sort of like zest to play fighting games. Not me though, because I haven't watched a single thing about Evo. Like literally haven't even touched it.
Yeah,
I was just playing the actual games.
Fair enough. Like I watched a few wee bits, but I'm not like a massive sports person anymore.
No, I did kind of want to watch it, but I was also busy doing other stuff, so I was just like, that's not top of my priority list, and I'm gonna know who the new character is anyway as soon as I wake up on Monday. So I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah, like I've seen that much Strive stuff. Like I did end up watching the Skullgirls and the Mortal Kombat top 8s, which were really good, by the way.
Okay. Well. So that's me through to the next round. So the next challenger was
Reinart.
Yes, chosen by the champion. It is your favorite, Reinart. Let's
Yay,
rock.
Hugs.
Let's rock. Is it the window? Is it the door? No, it's the wall, brother.
Yeah, yes. We love glue. We love glue.
He's dying to get in close contact.
But will I actually say it this week?
Against Senpuu?
Yeah.
Well, if he does, then he wins.
Yes.
That's the rule. Is it contact?
It's not the rule, it's just fate unraveling before us. Oh.
It's not contact. What a shame.
An instant loss.
And Reinart loses. Thanks for watching. Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get he didn't punish that with burst.
There are many things in this gauntlet that just like watching it back as just like a question upon question, like how did you let me get away with a parry? How did you let me get away with that? Oh, he's out of the corner.
I bet even the guys who watch Evil religiously, I bet they're watching our footage back thinking, what are we scrubs doing?
I mean, obviously we're not like an Evil top 8, but yeah, considering the local scene, we're up there, especially in Strive. So
yeah, Scotland wide there's definitely a lot more competition, but
fuck this ahead.
And that'll be a kill.
Show me God! Show me God!
Yay, we love God! We love God!
Yeah, it's like the Potemkin dooming and just Reinart in general. It's like, oh yeah, Potemkin is shit now. Oh yeah, the patch has changed everything. I don't know what to do in the corner anymore. And once he's out of the corner, he just completely wrecks your shit.
It's funny, just came to my mind that, you used to play Angie, who used to be the worst character in the game. And
did you hear me bitch about that?
A lot of that, but not like to Reinart levels, nowhere near.
Well, I only bitched when I was just like, okay, so clearly there are situations where this character is not equipped to the other. And Potemkin, at the moment, he doesn't have a reversal, so basically if we corner him, you can just like string him to absolute oblivion. But you make one mistake and, you just get blown up. That's how Potemkin works. Like so.
Yep. And with how long all his normals are, they are surprisingly quick as well.
Yeah, well, once you, if you have Reinart, if you have... You associate Reinart with fucking Potemkin at this point. Yeah. There's only one Potemkin and it's Reinart.
There's literally only one recorded Potemkin with that lovely white and light blue, and that's our boy Reinart.
It's really annoying because in Exard this skin had red eyes and now we have blue, so it's...
No. Does it not?
I think it was a nice contrast to have red eyes in it. But whoever made this mod decided that, yeah, no.
It might not be visually messy, no?
No, that would be good because there would be contrast.
Okay.
It contrasts well with the blue.
Well, enough about the about painting and artistry. Let's get back to the game.
Yep. Applying steady pressure.
Nice.
Yeah, this is what I lost last week. The far slash. Every time I tried to press a button that would not reach that far, he would just like instantly wreck it with the far slash.
Yeah, man, that's a good trixie tool. It's really, really slow, but if you, like,
That
if you
was-
know it's coming.
That was a 2D through the wall, which
Yeah.
gave him the round. That is spectacular.
Now I've got some tech to implant in my games.
All you need is Potemkin is a low health, just do a 2D through the wall.
Just as long as you have a decent amount of health as well, so you don't get the double KO, you're good.
Yeah.
Unless it's the final round, then you can easily go for a double KO. Why not?
Sure.
Oh, actually, no, wait, how does the double KO work again? Is that...
Well, if it's like it takes away one heart, but you remain on one, which means that if one of the players have won one, then the double KO is basically just a win for the other person.
Ah, fair enough. But I take that back, don't go for double KO. And oh, if he's super there, it would have been a round win.
Well, no, the super is right now. And double RC,
Hooray.
back to neutral.
And
And just Mega Fist to death. Oh, that was... I don't think he expected the back Mega Fist.
he expected for it, Mega Push.
Probably, yes. It's like, oh, I'm gonna DP the Mega Fist because it's clearly coming. But it did come, but it went the other way. So.
Current quality by Reinart. It's a good eating quality, nice.
Yay, Garuda to Pasta.
Oh my goodness.
You see, this does loads of damage, but also does loads of mental damage. Also, that wall splat is good. That is like...
It's even better statistics with the game on fire.
Nice tip. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with the 2D. Like once you get that combo going, like you get a frame trap, you're getting grabbed. There's no way.
Yeah, man, you have to keep your distance in this matchup. Which is harder than it think. Which is harder to do than you think because it's like unreal. I want to get him.
Yeah, I mean it's the same with biking. Your pokes are long, but your actual like damaging shit is like it has to be super close. That's hence the tether. Oh, it's
Nice TP from Senpuu. That's not.
not. You see, this was the point where I felt proud because I'm the only person in this group that favors the wake up super, and now seeing Senpuu doing the wake up super as a reversal, it's like, yay! It's finally happening.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
yet another wee thing I need to add to my game plan.
Yeah, it's like it's the same as the DP. Like, obviously, timing the charge DP is a bit different, but it's the same principle. Like, you know that you're going to get invul frames, and you know that that thing will probably cause a wall break as well. Like, depending on where you are, you might want to pick it instead of the DP.
Here's the thing, like, at least as my memory serves me, but now I don't get it. I've never really had too many situations to really do a wake up super with you guys.
Like, let's say, you know, if you're on one of the tiles, there's like not the main tile. It's like one of the shorter bits where you could just get a wall break from mid screen, like here. Like this is precisely what it is. Like you see, that was mid screen and it's a wall break, and then you get the positive bonus. So basically, what you lose in terms of meter, you gain back in a really short amount of time. So all you need to do is carry under pressure, and then boom, meter's back. So I think it's worth it, even though it's less damage than having a DP to a full conversion. It gives you so much meter that I think it's worth it, as long as you can keep the pressure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey man, if you get you've got really good OK after you've got the ball break super.
So it's the Buster. Oh, that would have been fucking brilliant if it wasn't the burst. If it was just a regular jump or the DP or anything, he would have won this.
And that would have been so crushing.
Yeah, that's more emotional damage than actual damage.
I mean, there's a lot of actual damage anyway.
Well, yeah, but it's like emotional damage lasts. Physical damage only lasts until the end of the round.
Physical damage makes us strong.
Oh, can Senpuu actually bring this?
Oh! Don't often see yellow Romans from Reinart.
And no, because it's full body hitbox.
He backed out last minute, he should have thrown out some sort of hit instead of dashing back.
Oh, that's such a shame. This is like the exact opposite of what happened last week, isn't it? Because it's just like, I think Senpuu was proper steamrolling Reinart, and now it's like the other way around. Even though this last game was like really close, it's still just like, it's still a 3-0, so I guess you could take it as a steamroll.
I feel like just with it's Potemkin, because with all grapplers it's a bit, even if you do well, it's a very steamrolly matchup because it's, we just do that much damage. So you make one mistake, half your health's gone.
That's kind of how I feel about playing against Gold Lewis, because it's either like a perfect for Gold Lewis and I cannot do absolutely I can't.
Unlike Potemkin, Gold Lewis this patch is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I don't think Potemkin is bad. It's just like the way Potemkin was changed is it kind of like forces you into a different playstyle.
Guilty Gear is one of those games where everybody can do a lot of shit and everything's so well designed that even the weakest characters, such as Angie and Potemkin, can still do a lot of good stuff.
I think Angie at this point is like mid tier, I believe.
Oh, interesting.
Because at least the Angie's that, like, literally Angie's one of my matches. Like, if I get the Celestial, because I still haven't got my Celestial badge, because I still haven't managed to beat the challenge. And the last time I attempted, it was because of an Angie. Because I got my way all the way through like 3 stars, and I only need to win 2 games. And I got up against an Angie, and I got a perfect first round, and then I got absolutely smacked for my 2 stars that I could just,
And that's what you get for abandoning your old boy.
Yeah, well, Angie was never my boy. Angie was my substitute for Baiken, because Baiken was always my main.
She was the number 1, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, okay, who's the closest one to Baiken in this game? And then I checked Angie and it's like, oh nice, I can just spin into shit and that will be like a guard point. And I can just do a parry as a super, nice.
Japanese and parry, let's fucking go.
I mean, Japanese was no criteria, but yeah, that works. So, yeah, that's Reinart through to the second round, which means he's going to face me. But let's see if you can face me as well, giving Senpuu the spoon by default.
Nice. Silverback challenge number, what is it, like 50 or what? Number, who
you play each other all the time, so who counts at this point?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
right.
Let's get into it.
Let's go. From the depths of your heart, wherever you are, it is your favorite underdog and the silverback of the BGF. It's Case of Chaos!
I'm back and I'm on the attack as the eternal underdog.
It may not be this week. It may not even be next month. But one day I will become the champion. Well, is it this week?
We'll see, but look. I'm overall improving, like, it's just... I'll get it eventually.
May not be this week. Oh, it's just... Well, usually we see this matchup in the bottom bitch match, and now it's not the bottom bitch match. Also, you've been winning this more and more, so hence the Silverback titles.
Yeah. Dare I say I've been winning it more often.
Yeah. I was hoping for a parry there, although it wouldn't have worked. So I guess it's good that you pressed the button. So
there's not much I could have done there, really.
So this insta cancelling the DP into red RC, is this like a tech, or is it just because you thought it was gonna get blocked?
I like to do it a lot because it's safer than trying to go for the full-blown heavy one, and then using red RC on the third hit. Like it's just more reliable, really, and if the opponent does block that, I can then just like go out. But also with the season 2 patch, like the opponent doesn't get hit as far by the DP or by the air dust, meaning that if I hit you with a DP from mid screen, I can't just go low into Leo loops anymore. Like it's only from close to the wall where I can get that. Hence why now I favour just using the light TP and going for back turn carry instead.
Okay.
Like it still works, but you have to be really close to the wall.
I like how your tech sort of like breakdown just completely concluded the first game.
Nice.
So yeah, it's one at the Senpuu. That was a nice not pressing a button on parry. And that's one of my favorite things about playing parry characters, that you compliment your opponent on not pressing a button.
Yeah. I'll be honest, like whenever I'm playing people who are clearly like below me, on a lower round of the tower in like the park, Gateway Gear, it's like when they figure out something like you've been purposely abusing them with, it just feels so wholesome and nice. And once again, my little rants concluded at Ben Verine. Nice.
Oh, that was a counter kick. Did you press a button there? Because it looked like it was a counter.
Yes. I'm not used to having that string used against me, so I just tried to jab out of it.
Oh, okay, that's good. Are we gonna? Oh, it does work. Usually, this is the part where, like, when you RC, it's like you're very likely to drop the pinball bullshit, but this time it worked.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you mess me up all the time, because I'm expecting you not to drop it and then you do, but I'm like I'm not ready to press a button because I'm expecting it to work.
Totally meaning to work my attacks is a viable strategy in this game.
Yeah, or mistiming your meeting. on my wake up.
No, but all jokes like aside, it's like I know you're going to try and parry a lot, so just hold off pressing the button for just a split second, and then
no, my issue is when you press the button too early, not when you press it too late. Because when you press it too late, that's fine. But when you press it too early, I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at myself, and I'm assuming that your meat is going to be timed properly. So I just go for the parry with the rhythm of your attack, and then I get my parry out after your attack is done. So I'm just like standing there like 30-something frames of fuck.
37 frames of fuck. Overall, yeah, another round to Senpuu. I just feel like it's an absolute dominating performance this time round.
Yeah, because I remember like you were not sure what you were doing wrong. You specifically said when this match was going on, like, oh, what am I doing wrong? And both me and Senpuu said that you're not doing anything wrong, you're guessing wrong. So it's like you get one wrong guess and you get blown up for it. So that's not you and your gameplay being shit, it's just you and your judgment being bad. And that's like, that's not even something that you can tell, it's just something that you need to guess, and you just guess wrong.
True, usually I'm better at predicting though.
Oh yeah, but you just cannot get it right all the time. This is why I get games against Reinart where it's just like he gets me like he needs to guess right like twice or 3 times tops, and I'm just like dead.
I mean, what I will say, because I was definitely getting flustered because I'm a very results orientated person when it comes to fighting games, so if in the match when I'm like falling behind, I can. That's why I can get really frustrated. Like as you can see from these games, like I'm going for the same stuff over and over instead of going for creative mixes.
Like I said, nothing says Johnny's tilting than a raw super. So it's like, okay, you can see that your health is deteriorating, you have meter, so you go for the raw super, but it does fucking work. And
I will say that time I was like, I know I can go for it, it's fine. But yeah, I do it a lot just because.
Oh, I can't believe you got it. That wasn't chip.
Yeah, like, I guess my mind process was, at least when I'm salty, it's like, well, I'm going to gamble for it. Why not? Because I'm going to lose anyway.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like, even if I have just a sliver of health, I can still see that I can win this. Like, I've done a robbery in this particular gauntlet just like, 2 games ago. And it's just like, it works. It's like, it's you know that one combo can change everything. If you get a wall break, you might get OK, you might, like, literally the only way you can fuck it up is if the opponent does something that you're just completely not prepared for, or you're guessing wrong. Which it's harder to guess wrong when the opponent is on wake up, because if you're striking, then they either have to block or they need to do a wake up super.
Yeah, they don't always have a wake up super.
Yeah, and if you're running in for the grab, then they can jump it, or they can jump it. That's really the only option they have, or just take the throw. So yeah, I mean, I think you did all right. It's just like,
oh, thank you.
It was just, yeah. I don't think you did anything particularly wrong. It's just your judgment calls were not like on point. That's it. So
it's just like, well, that's one of those things. Like, how do you think you improve on a skill like that?
Well, you just need to put the time in. Like, considering that I have triple your time in this game, that says something. Like, I'm probably going to make judgment calls that I can make judgment calls now that I couldn't make like 600 hours before this. Like, it's just something that you need to eat the same fucking move like 100 times before you realize that I'm eating this move all the time. I really need to be like looking out for this one, and once you look out for that one move when you're playing that one matchup, it's like, okay, this is the situation when the move usually happens, so I'm just not gonna do what I usually do, and that's all it takes. And after that, it's just like, okay, this is part of my game plan now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But all you need to do is play the game, because that's when you figure out these situations that you're not prepared for.
That's one thing I find more so than any other kind of competitive game, be it video game, board game, sport, whatever. Like, you can look up all the details you want for fighting games, but it's not going to translate into how you play until you've experienced it properly.
Yeah, like having the lexical knowledge as opposed to having the experience is just, it doesn't compare.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like something like chess or StarCraft 2, you can just be like, yeah, just pick up new strategy, nice, let's do this. Like, fighting games, no.
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of muscle memory to StarCraft as well, but yeah, when it comes to chess, where it's like it's not necessarily timed, then yeah, that's it.
So yeah, like into the final match, the belt playoff.
I'm playing off Reinart, and I'm so ready for this because I won the belt, and he wants the belt, and he's a doomer, and I'm not. So let's do this.
Here we are, the final match. Reinart versus Weirdling. Who will come out on top and gain the coveted belt for themselves?
Oh yes, hopefully it's me.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, if it's contact, I'm dead. So let's see if it is.
Every time he jumps out, despite me knowing he's not going to say it straight away, I still just get so hyped. Oh, you lost.
That's it. I lost. That's fine.
All
so
right,
Reinart is your
podcast, guys. Shut down.
Reinart is your new champion. Bye, guys. So yeah, I was just like, you said contact, so inside my head I was like, oh no, I need to try extra hard because that is like his mating call.
Dude, this is how like societies start. We've got our own superstitions and everything.
As you can see, I'm just up on the aggression, and I actually get my nice counter hit wall combo, which is good. It wall splits a bit sooner than I expected, so I didn't get the kill, but it's fine.
I'm assuming that's why you didn't just super straight away, because you were just in your string.
I was in my string, and that tatami that broke the wall, that was supposed to be just before the wall splat. But obviously I was hitting him before I got the counter hit, so he just wall splat before that. So once the tatami was out, that was gonna be the wall break. I had no time to press anything else. Oh, he
just a poor choice from you.
No, I was going for the Ozensen, but he was not going for the Buster, and I was expecting the Buster.
Interesting. So because it's like an instant overhead, it's just you're just in the air as soon as you get it off.
Well, I jump first, so as I jump, he's gonna whiff the Buster, and as it comes out almost straight away, I just get the instant counter.
And is it going to be a steal? Yes, it is.
At this point, when he got when I blocked the heat knuckle, I was gonna do a super on the ground, but his move was out already, so I could not get the super out in time. That was a good trade.
Not a good trade there, unfortunately.
No, that was not a trade, that was just a pure punish. Yeah, he was going for the Buster that time.
You offered him a jump in, and in return you got a nice big heat knuckle.
Oh, he pushed me out of the wall, which is great.
And you got smacked. You smacked yourself with a wall there, son.
Oh, I got the counter, nice.
No, you've got...
I was like, oh, I'm gonna shoot you. And I do shoot him, but the problem is that he hit me first, so it's, at this point I was just like, what just happened?
No.
And I can't believe that didn't kill, so I was just like, yeah, it was me just like in disbelief sitting there like, why? Why do you do this to me?
It's a shame as well you had your full meter and everything and then...
Well, I used some of it.
Not the best way ever, but oh well, at least you're using it.
Yep. Oh, that was lucky. That was super lucky.
Oh,
as the heat knuckle is probably the one move from Potemkin that I eat all the time, and the best thing is that Potemkins online don't use it as much. So it's literally like I think I have an easier time with any online Potemkin than Reinart. Even like Celestial level of Potemkin.
It's weird, like playing Celestial floor 10 Potemkins. I don't see them go for like Heavenly Potemkin Buster that much, which is absurd to me. It's like, nice. Why not?
Killed by the phone and tatami. Well, Heavenly Buster is a big risk.
True, but like...
But they can just go for like an RC combo that does a lot of damage.
And man, there's just been so many times online where I've jumped in and against Potemkin, came out on top, but then I thought, oh shit, he had meter, why did I do that?
Well, because you don't get punished for it.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not criticising myself, criticising them. Just...
Oh, I was hoping that was no Buster because I was like, I feel like I should parry it, and when I did, it worked.
Nice.
Most of the time, what happens is that I go for the parry because I'm expecting the close slash, and it ends up being a Buster, and I'm just like reversal and gets grabbed. Nice.
Would it be worth you just not parrying that much in this matchup?
I don't. That's the thing. Like that was a call. Like the only time I definitely going to parry if I see the Garuda impact on Oki, because if I know that that's coming as a meaty, I can just parry it. If it's close enough, I'm gonna get the full parry. If it's too far, he's just gonna repel.
Well, let's see if you can start bringing this back.
Well, I'm still in the game even though he said contact.
Oh, you're getting clapped, son. Now you're bringing it back. Are we going to see a wall break from you? Nope.
No, because that was unoptimal, unfortunately. I need to tech these grabs because it's getting annoying now. Every time I jump in, I just get grabbed.
Well, it's one of those things you just need to have it done against you so many times with your range just to register.
Ah, yes, the other option. If I have the meter, I can just super this shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I have enough meter to finish it off. There we go.
Nice.
That was a surprise because I didn't see that I had full meter. So when I came out of the super animation, I was like, oh shit, I can just RC this. Nice.
Oh nice, I thought you were going to say you just sort of like did it because muscle memory.
Well, yes and no, because you know, if I press it and there's no meter, nothing's gonna happen. So it's fine. And I did it again.
Oh,
but it was far enough away, which is so annoying. At this point, I was like, why this?
Oh no, the emotional damage.
I used all my meter for him to just RC back, and there it is. My emotions got the better of me, and I just got heat knuckled to death.
Oh no. But you do have your burst up before Reinart, so let's see if you can get your emotions in check.
Oh, that counter hit I did not expect, but I was ready for it in the terms like I could actually do my combo, my punish combo, which is good because normally when this happens I'm just not ready for it. But in this gauntlet I was specifically fishing for that counter.
Is this it? No. Oh.
There we go.
Well done.
I'm bringing this back, boys.
Ooh.
All I need is the 2H, no not 2H, the 6H counter hit. And then it's just like tether and then I just play around with you until it breaks.
Let's see if you get the reversal 3-0.
Reversal 3-0. No. Sometimes the backdash is... The only time the backdash would suck if he starts with Mega Fist. That's the only time I would lose with that.
Do you often just jump back and block?
No, I never do that. That's why I did it this time. My openings are always aggressive. I either press a button or jump and press a button. I never backdash. And when I do, oh, that's a 6B. 6B this, you filthy casuals.
Well, Ted can better get friend there if he's looking to survive that. But no, like I feel like a lot of Leo's air stuff is not as good, so I feel like that's why I'm more defensive on Reinart than yourself.
Yeah, I guess. But you don't need to be in the air.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a Mega Fist, but he didn't go for it, so I just ended up shooting the cannon. It's a grab, obviously it's a grab. Yep. Like everything we do here is so standard that like I could just like dream up this scenario and it would just happen. It's always like Garuda gets parried, if I come in and I get blocked I get grabbed. Oh no, I made a mistake.
Yeah, like it feels like Jamie is just that much of a machine when it comes to fighting games. It's like
yeah, but so
it
are
just
you.
comes down to him not fucking up as much.
Yeah, like you are also a machine because, like I said, once you have your game plan, you're gonna stick to it no matter what. Like I think Senpuu and I are much better at just like adapting on the fly.
Yeah. Well, for Jamie, I meant he's more unrelenting and more of a. It just feels like it's maybe a force of nature, I should say.
Yeah. The
like
long and heavy normals.
But no, like yeah, I should mix my stuff up more.
Every time, like he still does the Garuda even though I parry it almost every fucking time. Oh, that's me fault. That's unfortunate.
Oh well, at least you got Halloween.
Yeah, but I was gonna go for the belt. This is disappointing. Now I don't get the belt, but at least I got second place, which is pretty cool, I suppose.
Well, you're in a good place to take it this week.
I am consistently number 2. Like I either win or I'm number 2, which was the case when I was playing Anju.
It's this screen here is by far the most seen result.
Statistically, this is what happens the most. Yes. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I think Senpuu wins slightly more than you. So.
I feel like well, especially when it comes to the matchup against Reinart, he actually gets regular wins. So yeah.
If that was like we're gonna do this once we reach the 51st week, so that would be the 1 year anniversary because we skipped a week. So once we get the 1 year anniversary of the gauntlets, I'm just going to get like a stat sort of like collection to see how many games we have won, how many rounds we have won, how many rounds we have lost, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to break it down.
Ooh.
And then you will see.
Hopefully it's not too embarrassing on my part.
No, this is precisely why I got the rounds in as well, because there are times when you win absolutely no games, but you win like almost a round every single game.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, okay, we need to start counting the rounds, because otherwise, if we just count the games, it would look much more depressing for you than it actually was.
But yeah.
Because sometimes you just win absolutely nothing, but you win rounds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when we break it down, it's good in a way, because obviously I took like a really deep nosedive once I switched to Biken, because I was consistent with Anji.
That's to be expected. You don't have the knowledge or the muscle memory for making shit. It was like,
so it took me a good like 3 months with Biken to get to the point where I could actually win.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like a really like, that was the 3 months of the BGF. Well, that was pretty much when Reinart managed to get the 10-week streak, because I wasn't there to challenge him every week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then it all of a sudden it just started. Like, once I got my first win, it's like, yeah, okay, now I can do this. Now I can actually win. And then the whole thing just started rolling. So, yeah, it's just like, yeah, so basically this result, what we have right now, is the most average result that we could get if we just compared all the results up until this point.
Definitely, like, everybody has the chance to win against everybody else here, man. Like, I know I can be especially hard on myself, but when on my good weeks I can beat Jamie.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, you just need a good week next week.
Man, it's just like getting the consistency. It's like,
yeah, I know. You
it's
can
like
beat
last
me.
last week I trained, like, I played a lot of Guilty Gear, and then that was the result I got there. It was like,
yeah, but that's the thing.
Like, in the moment, man.
No, but I know, but like just the fact that you have been playing the whole week and your opponent might not necessarily have done the same thing. Like when I lost against Senpuu,
he hasn't. It was like, fuck's sake, how can you do this? Not playing and beat me? Oh.
No, but that's the thing. Like when Senpuu was not playing the game for a week, and then he managed to beat me. The first thing, like, I was champion, and he was my first opponent, and he just absolutely wrecked me. It was last week, before this, and I managed to keep you guys at bay, but I couldn't keep him at bay. It was all because he was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do what I normally do. I'm gonna switch it up a bit, and just that was enough to, like, I had this expectation in my head what he was gonna do, and he didn't do that. He did something completely different, and that was enough to just throw me out of balance, and it just completely fucked me up. And maybe that's what you need to do. You just need to go like crazy and just try something you've not done yet. Or maybe if you start playing Bridget, it's going to be a whole different story. I don't know.
I was going to say, yeah, I've been playing her mostly this week, so hopefully that doesn't affect my Leo gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, well, it's either your Leo gameplay, or if you do decide to switch mains, I don't know. Then...
I'm struggling to think of different things to do, if I'm to be honest with Leo. Like, okay. I'm just generally just not very good at coming up with new shit like that.
Yeah, but new shit means that you press a different button in a situation where you would press a certain button. That's all.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, instead of radically different game plans. Yeah, like I could be using Java a lot more, to be honest. So, and I should use kick, because it's just a good pressure tool for getting in, leaves you like in a good position to try and get a tick throw. No, there's like wee things now that I think about it.
Kick is one of those things. Like, usually when you get if you juggle your opponent, if you get a combo that gets the opponent up in the air, if you press kick, that staggers the opponent in the air, so you can get a jump and then start something. Mm-hmm. So potentially what you can do, and this is something that I'm just going by what works for most characters. So this is something you would have to lab, but. Suppose that you got a combo that would make the opponent like airborne. Like, I think when you do that overhead thing when you're in back turn, does that not launch the opponent up a bit?
No, that just sends him flying backwards if it hits.
Yeah,
but that's the one that rolls him back. It'll roll him.
And it bounces from the wall, doesn't it?
No.
Or is it the... No, it's not that one. Okay.
What binds us from the wall is when you're in your default stance, the big overhead from that causes...
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. So if you get that...
Yeah.
And it bounces the opponent, or just like any straight hit, like let's say you get like a 6p or something. Like if the opponent is still midair and you use your kick, because the kick is like really fast most of the time, and you can jump cancel the kick with everyone.
Alright, so what I'm thinking about right now is jab, pride, kick.
I think the 6p would just like launch them too far. But my point is that if the opponent is airborne, you get like some hits, and then you get a kick, you can start a jump combo. So if you're close to the wall, just by confirming a kick while the opponent is midair, you could potentially do your air dodge bullshit to the
it'd be nice to get like a new right.
So yeah, that's something that you could try. But this is, I'm talking out of my ass because I've not actually tried this with Leo. But for most characters, the kick is usually like a confirm for an air combo. So.
Even if it's something off like a nice counter or a punish.
Oh yeah, like when it comes to counters, the possibilities like open up, so that's a whole different story.
Well, honestly, my thought process is right now, I'm just playing with Vegeta and I'm having to think about different things, user stuff.
Yeah.
And hopefully that will translate to Leo gameplay.
I mean, some of it will. Or maybe you should go back to Exxon and play that Leo and see what happens.
I know, but when I do play it, I'm like, just Strive is just so much better.
Yeah, it's different. That's for sure. Right. So you ended up with the spoon with no competition, because if the two worst performing players have the champion as one of them, obviously the champion can only get the spoon if everybody beats the champion, because that's it's the rule of total humiliation. So basically, it's like you defaulted with the spoon because it was you and Senpuu in the bottom two spots.
Essentially, but for the match between me and Senpuu was.
It was already the bottom bitchy match before. Yeah, because there's no point in playing that again because you already had that match.
Yes.
So, yeah, so that concludes this week's gauntlet, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stupid situations that we managed to cook up for you.
Personally, I think this was a good mix between us talking shite and actually doing actual commentary.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
I like this mix.
I actually need to watch this back to make that judgment, because I was just talking and I was just like watching the thing, so I don't know how the balance was actually achieved, but yeah.
Yes, well.
So yeah, there's nothing else to say really.
There's one more thing to say.
What is it?
Goodbye and good watching.
Oh yeah.